Independently of the trigger, the design project can be further categorized in 4 different groups depending on their novelty. First, there are the new designs, developing a product from scratch. This is by far the least common type of projects you will be working on in a typical organization, since usually there is already some legacy product portfolio that is extended or improved. This type of projects are most challenging, but they also offer the highest degree of engineering freedom. Then there are design adaptations, which means changing existing designs. This is the most common type of projects, and we have both worked mostly on adapting existing designs to new requirements throughout our careers. Not starting from scratch does not mean these projects are not challenging. It is often the case that we are constrained by existing architecture and need to look for novel designs to incorporate the engineering change without affecting the overall system. The next type of projects are variant designs, which means extending the functionality of an existing product family by designing a new module or combining the existing modules into a new product variant. This type of projects are executed in companies that did put a lot of effort and planning into setting up a modular product architecture in the first place. Once such a structure is set up, it makes it easy to cover a wide range of requirements with relatively low engineering effort. I have once worked on introducing a modular product architecture for a manufacturer of construction equipment clutches and could witness firsthand how much planning was involved in setting it up, as well as establishing processes to keep the variance in check. And then there is design repetition, which means restarting an already designed product. In some cases, minor changes to the design are needed due to changes in supply chain, different available materials, and change of manufacturing plant. The degree of novelty of a product can also be seen from the perspective of innovation, which means the practical implementation of new ideas. Each product we design is innovative to some degree and, as a result, has a measurable impact on the market. By plotting the technology novelty and the market impact on a graph, we can categorize our products as belonging to one of the 4 groups. The incremental innovation products are most common. They represent step-by-step improvements that we can observe, for example, in the market of television sets that gets slightly more performant every year. When developing these products, you should avoid product over-engineering by adding unwanted features, as well as getting outpaced by the market, since the competition in this segment is usually very high. An introduction of new technology to these markets can disrupt them and make a product obsolete, as it happened with Nokia cell phones after the introduction of smartphones. The sustaining innovation segment is quite similar to the incremental innovations. However, each new product iteration is more notable and the customer is willing to pay more for it. The good example of products in these segments are modern smartphones, where high-end customers are willing to pay a premium for each new feature and performance improvement, leading to high profit margins for companies like Apple. Then there is the most exciting category, at least when you are not one of the companies that gets outpaced in the market. Those are the disruptive innovators that are technologically novel and have a high impact on the whole market by creating an entirely new value network, creating new demands and human behaviors. A perfect example of such products were the first Tesla passenger vehicles that established the market of electro vehicles. The risk for designers operating in this category is putting a lot of effort into innovative products that do not end up being accepted by the market. Sometimes it takes a lot of time for a novel technology to become disruptive. Until this point, it can be considered a radical innovation, a technology marvel with relatively low market impact. Some examples of these technologies include blockchain, artificial intelligence, and energy storage that were, and in some cases still are, so different to what people are used to that they face significant resistance.